Hey everybody, this is Dr. William Clark here for Leadership Conversations. This is the show where we talk about leadership according to the world that matters to you. I wanted to quickly talk with you about finding your centered place. Now, leadership can be very lonely, and it can be a place where you are doing things by yourself, even though you have a team who's there to help you and to support you as you're going through solving problems. Providing sources of information, products, services to your customers. At the same time, leaders have to find opportunities to renew themselves and to find their centered place. And I want to talk to you quickly about finding your centered place. Now, here's the first thing I want to share with you as leaders. The leader mind must be able to think, it must be free to think. In order for you to be at your very, very best, in order for you to do what you're good at, in order for you to direct resources, to direct teams, to provide the greatest value to customers, your mind must be free to think. That means you can't be bogged down with frustrating thoughts, thoughts of stress, bad information, misinformation, or dealing with issues that can be dealt with or managed by other members of your team. This a free mind, this free mind that we're talking about is essential for you to be at your absolute best. Why? When real issues do pop up, when you are actually needed, your mind is your greatest asset. Your mind will allow you to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It will allow you to think about strategically now. Think about everything that's going on around the circumstance, going on around the team, going on around the organization, and how all that impacts the conversation you're having in the moment and how that impacts the problem you're trying to solve now. And at the end of the day, your solution, your contribution to the solution, your strategy that you may come up with, everything that you think about must come from a place of clarity and a place of freedom. When your mind is too occupied or preoccupied with things that really don't add value but detracts from you, it takes away from that mental freedom you need to provide your very, very best to your team as a strategic leader. Number two, in finding your centered place. Once your mind is able to think and it's free to think, your body must be free and able to act. Okay. Now, again, everything flows from the mind down. Your body is responding to what the mind says. If your body is unable to act due to stress, due to anxiety, due to being overweight, due to any other encumbrances, it limits what you can follow through on. Okay. It's one thing to mentally say or mentally think something or to strategize something in the mind, but it's something totally different to actually execute what you're thinking. If you're unable to execute what's going on in the mind, then what was the point of going through that strategic mental exercise in the first place? Your body must be responsive to the solutions that your mind comes up with. And this leads us to the last thing, your heart must find joy. Now, your heart finding joy is a part of the reward process that you experience when you are going through the solution development process and executing on a particular solution. The joy of the heart means that you're not stressed, you're not emotionally weighed down, you're not distracted, you're not in pain, but you're in a place of calmness and peace and happiness and love and, yes, joy. All of that put together allows the leader to find their centered place. Again, a free mind, a body that's able to act, and a heart that is able to find joy. All that put together, if you haven't figured it out, is what we call self leadership. Self leadership is the ability to influence yourself to accomplish a goal or a set of goals. Self leadership is substantiated by three key ideas. One, cognitive strategies, again, the mind. Two, behavioral strategies, again, the ability of the body to respond and to follow through with what the mind says to do. And three, natural rewards. Natural rewards now. Natural rewards is the experience that you have when going through an exercise of following through and finding happiness, joy, satisfaction through and because of that experience. That centered place means everything to the leader. And if a leader doesn't have a centered place, then you'll have a stressed out leader. You have a leader who feels inadequate. You'll have a leader that feels insecure. You have a leader that feels unsure. You have a leader that's unable to make decisions. And then that ultimately impacts the team, impacts the bottom line, impacts everything that is happening within the organization. It is important. Hear me now. It is important for you as a leader to find your centered place. That doesn't mean you'll have it 100% of the time, but the moment you realize you're not centered, take a moment to free your mind, release your body, and inject joy within your heart. Allow joy to come in, and you'll see an immediate difference in your leadership. You'll see a difference in the way you move, in the way you think, in the way you operate, in the way you engage your team. It is all about good, strong leadership, but you got to be centered. This is Dr. William Clark for Leadership Conversations, and we'll see you in the next show. See ya.